All right, so this is a shell that we had played in this format a while back. It felt pretty reasonable and fun. Smoldering Egg and Sedgemoor Witch are both pretty powerful effects. We've got some cantrips and some card advantage at the top. Leer has been nerfed, and Divide's technically been nerfed since last time we played it too, but like in a lot of instances, this card still just has its original text box. Electrostatic Blast and Expressive Iteration both generate lots of card advantage, so let's go ahead and pop on into some games with this and see how it goes. Playing Unite with today, me, myself, and I. We're not particularly good at the game, but we're a group that has plenty of ego. Team has to be carried by Matt a lot. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Oh. Okay, I think I want to hold up Blast / be able to play Expressive Iteration. Do solo queue on a Smurf account. Do I look like a coward to you? Chat, I don't care about my Unite MMR really any more than I care about my Magic Arena rank. It's just a number. Bottom things that aren't a threat here. I'm kind of looking for an egg or a witch at this point. Okay, well, there's one of our requests. So they probably have one of the green spells that gives indestructible, I would wager here, right? So I think I'm going to go ahead and play Sedgemoor Witch here, so that way when we start popping off our spells on this, we can make some value. Well, a lot of the tryhards smurf in a game like Pokemon Unite because they only play on their primary account with their like dedicated group of people. Because it is like good players playing with 5 in Pokemon Unite can have like 80 to 90% win rates, whereas like the absolute best player in the world playing solo queue is probably going to be like maybe 60%, if that. This is really cute. And Library Exile. Lady Bar Black. Put this out on red. I hear Grixis, I arrive with a sub. Thanks for the 35 months, Sheriff. Yeah, Reflection. Reflection is a neat card for sure. This is a card that was buffed in the most recent patch. Oh my gosh, chat. Okay, this is kind of incredible. I think there's a good chance we're gonna get to tempo them out of the game. Yeah, Kyle, so I think Unite's very different than those other games because in Unite, basically everybody reaches Masters, so it's a little bit of a different experience. Wow, that's good. Hand, Library Exile. Nailed it. We have 2 blue. Let me open here and see what they do. Need another witch. Yeah, Wargy, I don't think, like, Historic's just not a format that's, like... I guess the question is, do you think something like this has a good control matchup? To which I would say the answer is probably no. Would be my question to you. Good job tempoing them out here. They generated an incredible amount of card advantage, but Sedgemoor, giving us all these tokens is really good. Bezos sends his regard. Well, thanks for 19 months, Corvax. Welcome back. This definitely feels like a kill all their things matchup, so Word Kill and Brittle Blast in. Let me trim a couple of divides here. Yeah, but I mean, like, your control matchup's gonna become worse when you put... Putting cards like Sinister Reflection in your deck makes your control matchup worse, and, like, what kind of matchup do you think Sinister Reflection is good against? Is my question to you. I mean, it's infinite creature counter spells, assuming your creature counter spell gets into play and then doesn't die to a removal spell in response to you targeting it with Sinister Reflections. Which is a lot to ask, given how much interaction the average control deck in Historic has, especially when you're suggesting copying a creature that dies to Unholy Heat. Well, a creature that dies to non-boosted Unholy Heat, you know what I mean? Stop it. You know what I mean? Fading Hope is great for this. Get to reset it. I think this archetype is probably pretty reasonable in this format. I just, again, like, trying to take a cute deck idea like this and porting it into a brutal format like Historic just doesn't make a lot of sense. There's a good chance it's an appropriate power level for what's going on in this format. Alchemy. Alchemy's a good bit lower power than Historic is. That's a good thing. These are both on blue. Honestly, I don't even think it's an untapped. Magic Arena should put a color around the card, letting you know. Letting you know what they're on. I'm gonna lead on Brittle Blast, because it's the less powerful of our two removal spells. I could have done this first, but then if they have some kind of interaction for this, their thing lives, and I'm only at 10, so it's important that I just get their thing off the table. That is true. Untapped is more likely to give us quality of life updates than Wizards of the Coast is. Certainly true. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, the channel cards have phenomenal designs, for sure. Really want to draw an Expressive Iteration or A-Lier, some kind of card advantage. Even Electrostatic Blast would be fine to get some cards rolling. Guess we're through 2 iterations already. I boarded out the Discoverers because my opponent's deck is aggressively slanted. A lot of non-discover card advantage, so felt it was best to pull that out. And KO this in response. Obviously, a protection spell gets us. Oh, wow. Actual disaster. Alright, Expressive Iteration into another instant or sorcery. Or just Electrostatic Blast. Either will do. How about a land, chat? Will a land do? This is where the Magic the Gathering happens. Student's Advocate is so good in their deck. That's about right. I'm happy with how I boarded. Just attempt to draw some spells this game. I think it's right to cut Discover. Yeah, they drew their 2/3 flying Lier. Where's my 5-mana Lier? Come on now. I think I'm leading on Haunted Ridge here. So this way I can go Riverglide Pathway on 2, hold up Power Word Kill for their first creature, and then we'll get to untap an Expressive Iteration off the lands that cast Power Word Kill. Makes these Crossroads a little bit more awkward, but I think this is correct. No, I think I'm just gonna chill. There's a good chance they have a Jawari Disruption. We saw that in the first game. Hey, CRZ, thanks for the 15 months. Welcome back. So I'll go ahead and jam this into the pretty obvious protection spell here. And then we're hoping that somehow in, 3 more looks we get to find the answer. Perfect. So, hand, library, exile. Basically exactly what we wanted. This is a 4-mana draw one? Okay. I was processing, my brain was trying to process what was the end result there. It was a 4-mana draw one. We're in Mascot Exhibition territory. So this only flashes things back on my turn now, so I'm just going to go ahead and get the Consider in right away. Okay, they have a Valorous stance or something along those lines. Otherwise, A-Lier probably still wins on tap with me win the game. There's 2 Expressive Iterations in my bin. A-Lier is still a very powerful magic card. But remember, chat, nerfing a magic card is the same as banning it. Well, I mean, the third game felt like they were playing a different deck. We just, like, drew our piece of card advantage, right? Gale, thanks for the quarter of a year. Welcome back. And to be fair to our deck, like, our deck's very good at finding our key pieces of card advantage, right? Like, we've got Iteration, Electrostatic Blast, Consider. Like, we churn a lot of cards every game. This is fine. We're gonna Consider into an untapped red like a professional and go 1, 2, 3. That's just curvamentary. What could it be? We did iterate a lot, Coaster. Good games. Your build is really sweet. Like I was picking up what you were putting down. Hadn't considered Drake and the other legendary Dorko you're playing with Reflections. JMK, thanks for the tier 2. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Thanks for the almost 4 years. It's been a trip. Couple trips around the sun. 2, 3, 4. Might be right to wait to do this till next turn so I can hold up Divide by 0. Speaking of, hand. Library exile. So they passed not casting their sciences, so they must have something to do here, right? For what it's worth, Wargy, I actually don't think, I don't think Ornithopter is that bad like a dedicated ninjas deck. Just the blue-black deck we were playing wasn't that. So, if I hadn't drawn this Consider, chat, I was going to Bloodchief's Thirst my own token there to force the flip on the Ashmouth. Just so we're clear on what my line was gonna be. We need to get this game over with. Thunk. And Soul plus Ornithopter. There's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Soul Artifact. Yes, yeah, and Soul was a Corset card, in fact. Is there anything more satisfying than killing a control player while they have, you know, like 8 cards in their hand? Oh, they messed up. You done messed up, opponent. You let the Ashmouth flip over. They should have just Faithful Absence on their turn, chat. You don't have to wait to play your instants and instant speed, chat. Play them while your opponent's tapped out on your turn. Don't be proud. Resolve them while the resolving is good. Some discard spells, a couple of hermits. Run it back now, y'all. How am I gonna be a cool control player if I don't wait till the last microsecond? You won't know how huge my brain is if I don't play my instance at instant speed, chat. And I only play control so people know my brain is huge. Chat, all right, I'm gonna let you want to know, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, chat. If you know you're supposed to play your instants and sorceries on your turn, but you also need to let your opponent know your brain is huge, you say, okay, I'm entering combat. During declare attackers, I faithful absence your Smoldering Egg. Pass the turn. That's the real 5-head play. Thanks for the follow, Demoiselle and Intigo. Welcome to the channel. Get that sweet, sweet instant speed value. I'm just gonna counter their draw 2 chip. Move to my end step. Getcha. Nice, Lear. Go blank. Go blank, friend. You have cast yet another ramp spell. And library, exile, electrostatic blast, you crack you for 4. Mind Rot is such a card. It's Mind Rot plus. Yeah, it's chat. I had, and you're gonna know where this is going, because I'm gonna tell you I had someone on Twitter. They assured me that part of the reason Alchemy was bad was because Wizards was pushing digital designs too much. And when prompted to tell me which cards were too good, Key to the Archive was on the list of cards that were too pushed in the direct-to-digital cards. Just like, tell me you haven't played Alchemy without telling me you haven't played Alchemy. Change is scary, Mr. 3000. I'm actually, I kind of want to adjust the camera angle myself at some point, because, like, I look at this monitor a lot, and then it looks like I'm looking away from the game board. And even when I'm focused on my monitor dead in front of me, my vision is off to the left a little bit, so it kind of looks like I'm looking away. You're liking the plant. Well, chat, in peak... Chat, I have to already exert a lot of energy making sure my children stay alive. So I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. This isn't actually a plant. It is a group of decorative sticks inside of a glass base. I don't have time to keep things alive other than my 3 children. Decorative sticks. Yeah, so one of Christy's girlfriends was over and they were decorating my office for the Pokemon cast, and she brought decorative sticks with her. I was not aware that they were a thing before this either. Well, they don't have a land. That's so good for us. Means I get to be greedy and play another one of these out here. Do you buy your decorative sticks? I have a stick guy who gets them for free. I believe currency was exchanged for the decorative sticks. Typically, you can release your children somewhere and they'll show up with sticks shortly. But I wants to draw some cards, chat. I'm actually tapping off a red here, huh? Bippity pop, the Smoldering Egg, fun don't stop. Okay, so enchantments is definitely a kill all the things matchups. We're going to bring these in to be able to kill more things. Discover is probably slow. Trim around the edges. That was break expectations, Ben. I don't know. I think there's a good chance in a post-Hullbreaker nerf world, I could probably turn break expectations into a counter spell or just like duress. So in the last time we played this deck was before they had nerfed Hullbreaker Horror, and then you needed break expectations to be able to take their busted creature in the control matchups, but with that no longer being the dynamic, there's a chance I should reconsider that slot in my sideboard. We aim to please, Els. Yeah, I agree, John. In fact, part of the reason why Alchemy is my favorite format on Magic Arena right now is because control is not popular. We're gonna generate plenty of card advantage with other things later, so I'm just gonna go ahead and tempo this back to their hand for now. This format is like the one bastion away from control in Arena. There's still some fringe control decks, but they're definitely worse than a lot of the other stuff you can be doing. We played against one person playing zombies that hasn't been popular though. I need to make a point for us to play zombies at some time soon, but only so much time in the day. I've had other deck ideas I wanted to get to. We'll get to it eventually. And library exile. Am I killing visitor or naturalist? I think I'm killing naturalist. It's close though. We need to use Leer to flash back the removal spell eventually, right? Yeah, that's true. Visitors' impact is definitely mitigated a bit by the fact that we have chump blockers. Okay, so again, from the perspective of generating tempo, is it crazy to divide by 0 the showdown? I feel like it's not. I feel like with the witch in play especially, this game's not really about card advantage, and even if it does become about card advantage, like Lear stands to bury them after the fact, right? Yeah, I agree, Space. This card alone makes playing Alchemy more fun than Standard, in my opinion. Having 3 dual lands in every 2-color combination and being able to play 3 colors with some consistency is really satisfying. Okay, so we go this, into Bloodchief's Thirst, the Spirit Companion, into Attack for a Bunch. Yeah, just really powerful tempo this game. Crossroads isn't printed into Standard because expecting players to know who went first on turn 12 isn't a reasonable thing. Yes, Alchemy cards will rotate with the Standard set they're associated with. So it'll be a little bit messy for the first Alchemy card drop, but subsequent ones will be pretty easy to keep track of. So, Fading Hope you, Power Word Kill you, Divide by 0 you, attack. Yeah, tempoing the showdown of the skulls there was huge, right? Yeah, New Capetta hopefully is gonna finish out the Triome. He's gonna finish out the Triumph cycle. Grixis playables? Is this the one the legends foretold of? Have our dreams come true? Guy, I think I'm actually gonna swap out those break expectations. Thinking about it. I didn't really update this deck list from the last time we played it. I'm going to throw a couple of Disdainful Strokes in those slots, because having a counter spell for opposing Meathook Massacres sounds good. Then maybe play another removal spell in one of the others. Bloodchief's Thirst has really overperformed so far this set. I wouldn't mind a third copy of that in the board. You are welcome to link Alchemy spoilers in chat and talk about them in chat, but I probably won't be pulling them up on stream. I'll skim some of them here and there, and then I'll do a full card review once they're all up. Hey, keep this. On the draw, I have a scry. Let's see. Yes. We haven't played against wolves yet, actually. You know what, that draw, maybe I'm supposed to have played this tapped on one. Because this could be untapped because we went second. Yeah, I think I messed up my land sequencing here with the Shatterskull Smashing drawn, especially against an aggro deck, like getting this down tapped, not taking damage. Would have been a pretty big deal here. I think Town Razor and Manaform Hellkite sound like trash. I think you want a card like this that has the ability to run away with the game like Witch does. I could see playing less than 4 of them, but I think you want some of this effect. I think if I wanted to play less Smoldering Eggs, I would probably split them 3-3 with Leer. Yeah, egg blocks in the creature matchups too is also accurate. We're gonna lose this game because I bolted myself unnecessarily with my land sequencing. It's pretty sad. We'd have also very handily won this game on the play, but it's neither here nor there. My land sequencing was something I could control. Yeah, egg is a must-answer threat, and having Egg is a must-answer threat in my deck full of other must-answer threats. So while you're right, if they use your removal spell, it feels bad, but like them using a removal spell on this means your Witch or your Leer is more likely to live afterwards. And remember, it's not like I changed my deck to accommodate Smoldering Egg, right? Like, I built this deck to leverage Witch, and building a deck to leverage Witch means you're incidentally just also leveraging Smoldering Egg well. So it's not like I had deck building considerations with this. Honestly, if anything, these Discover the Formulas probably shouldn't be in my deck. I've boarded, this is going to be like the 3rd or 4th match in a row that we've boarded them out. This format's relatively aggressive. We did here. It's not even just about it being expensive in terms of mana. It's just, it's not what the format is about, right? So like the last time we played this deck, the format was a lot more controlling in the era of Hullbreaker Horror, so you needed extra grind. But like with Leer and with Iteration, even Electrostatic Blast to a degree, like we have a good bit of grind in the deck already. I don't think I need that extra over the top bit of it. Honestly, kind of just a good lesson in how, you know, decks need to update as metagames evolve, as formats gain new cards and balance changes happen and such. Poppet Stitcher's inability to be used as a defensive tool means that it is not very good. Is the TLDR there. Especially given what I just said about the format being more aggressive and less controlling. Like in a more controlling format, I think Poppet Stitcher's probably fine because you're like not looking to block with the tokens. But a lot of the power in this card, for example, is just the fact that you can cast your spells and use them to tread water defensively for a long while. Big Buck, Snow Sky, Cliff Apparition. Wish granted. Wait, they just didn't attack? I accept. We're gonna Electrostatic Blast the Thalia here, obviously. A power word, kill this. I want another black source. Yeah, I think we want to just kill their stuff and start attacking. Untapped land's incredible here. Yep. Okay, I think we're done here. Stumbled and bumbled long enough. I guess they could be doing something silly like playing Divine Purge in their mono white aggro deck, but Sansa Sweeper. Yeah, the war to pay 3 life is not nothing on this card when your deck's got a little bit of pressure in it. I'm pretty happy with how we boarded. Let's run it back. We're gonna cut the discover the formulas after this. Retool a couple of those spell slots. Honestly, trimming a Smoldering Egg is probably not a terrible idea. I think I do want to go up A-Lier. What's going on, Hard to Break? The kids will still pop in on occasion, so this change will just give me a chance to stop them if I don't want them to pop in. A little bit more control over the situation. Gonna go ahead and Bloodchief's Thirst here. I don't think I really want to Electrostatic Blast on their turn, because if I blast, then my iteration is kind of awkward. This is pretty good for them. Ugh. That Valorous stance was so good. And Library Exile. I might actually just be dead to that. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Stance is just infinite tempo. I wasn't thinking about Valorous Stance when I took my Lion, and I should have been. I should have just passed with Electrostatic Blast. If I pass with Blast up there, I don't take the hit. The Adeline doesn't get to make the token. I like blast their thing after they play their 3-drops. Yeah, that was just bad on my part. And game 1 we lost because our deck was built improperly for this metagame. Discover the Formula is not a card I really want to be playing. Another Bloodchief's Thirst in the main. Card seems pretty good. I don't know. Are we in a 4x Brittle Blast format still? I'm not sure that we are, honestly. Because this was really important when I think I won at least 3 of them, but this was really important when like Town Razor Tyrant was everywhere and you like had to kill Goldspan Dragons. We're like not doing that anymore, right? Yeah, when like mid-range dragons was everywhere, this was more important. Kami's Flare. No. No. So I got a few slots. What do we want for our last couple of slots? Are there any Kamigawa cards that I want to play in here? I did a cursory pass of the set when I was looking to update this, and none of them really jumped out at me. Does chat have any suggestions for Kamigawa? Because like I didn't have room for even the legendary lands, so I need one of each basic for environmental sciences. I don't think Kaido's very good in this deck. You want like 1 and 2 mana creatures with Kaido, so that way you can play him on 3 and draw. It's honestly probably just some meat hooks, huh? How many black sources are we on? This is 8, 12, 15, 17, 18 technically. It's probably just meat hook. So good. Whenever you're unsure of a slot, just like putting another good card in that slot is usually a strong play. Gotta just kill this now. I can't realistically block that against the Play with Fire deck that might also have Electrostatic Blast. Because I don't want to use this to a deal 2 basically if I can avoid it. So I can only play one of these 3 cards. These are my Electrostatic Blast cards. These ones are going to go hand, library, exile. So I think we go hand, library, exile, play a blue source, play Smoldering Egg. Man, this change to Townraiser feels so much better to play against. Getting to make this decision while I have a bunch of information is just so best. It's just feels so much more fair. I think I'm throwing this away. It's close though. Means I can't Leer next turn. Hopefully we just draw another spell that's castable alongside Electrostatic Blast. To dodge a play with fire here. Oh my gosh, that's an incredible draw. Because now I get to go... Wait, that's lethal, right? Wait, what? Go home, Magic Arena, you're drunk. Topper mod. No, I can't. It won't let me click or drag anything. All right, I clicked done. Nothing happened, chat. I clicked done. Oh, something's done all right. Listen, chat. I try to be the voice of reason and tell people Magic Arena isn't out to get them, but this is the second time in the last week I have attempted to execute lethal and the client has just vomited on itself. This is the second time in the last week, chat, that something like this has happened. It is completely unreasonable. Look how good my decorative sticks look in the big webcam, chat. Our decorative sticks look so nice. Okay, we're sideboarding and we're missing a minute off our sideboard. Deal, sure, whatever. Whatever, I'll take it. All right, Feeding Hope seems mediocre here. Honestly, Divide by Zero seems a little mediocre. Maybe I trim a Consider to cut down on filler. Rest of this seems fine. sure this isn't all Doomblades on deck matchup. So we're gonna keep the Bloodchief's Thirst. Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure what happened there, by the way, is my opponent conceded as all those things went on the stack, and the client just kind of vomited on itself. Pretty sure is what happened there. We're gonna just like, well, you won so hard, I'm vomiting. And Library Exile. Gosh, anytime you get 2 spells off of Expressive Iteration, Chad, it just kind of feels like cheating. And this spell is gonna kill their thing and draw another spell. Oh, baby. Chat, I don't know if this deck is good, but it is certainly great. Just truly a delight. Yes. Yes, please. See, our opponent also appears to have boarded as if this is an all Doomblades on deck matchup for them, but I don't think that's true. I'm pretty sure they need to end the game. Okay, so we'll let them pay their 3 life, and then before she dies, we'll pick her up. And then if they have another removal spell, they can pay another 3 life. So like, sure, you got my gal, but it costs you 6 life to do so. So like what? They paid 12 life killing Sedgemoor Witch this game? And I got a token out of one of them? Okay. Oh, do I want to sacrifice this? Yeah, probably. You know, I gotta say, chat, the iterations on this card really make me optimistic for the future of digital magic and alchemy. You know, assuming they address the obvious economy issues. Asterisk. Because it really feels like they've gotten like cards like this into just such a good spot overall. They've really just done such a fantastic job with the iterating on them. Speaking of iterating, hold please. And Library, Exile. I only have 1 black at the moment, so I'll play this on black. Sure, this is a spell. This block might actually be bad into a deal too. That's a pretty impressive match, huh? Our deck really got Flex as the superior mid-range deck. Mid-range decks against other mid-range deck? All right, my comment on the SCG thing on Twitter, chat. I think too many people think that companies like Star City Games are their friend because those companies have frequently employed or paid people who are their friends over the years. We currently live under late-stage capitalism, and none of these companies are your friends. They just want your money. Like, I've seen a bunch of people, like, linking to Channel Fireball, dunking on them, and plugging their premium thing as well. It's like, you know, it's like, Channel Fireball's not your friend anymore, or less than Star City Games was your friend. If you think, guess what, chat? If you don't think you'll get value out of paying Star City Games $8 a month for the new premium service, don't fucking buy it. Who cares? We're just really far off a double black here. How dare this company offer a product that I have no interest in? The audacity. I think we're chilling, right? I think we're chilling. This is a matchup where Brittle Blast is pretty good. Get to exile all the stuff. Speaking of exiling, oh my gosh, chat. Oh my gosh. Exile your thing, do that. Bloodchief's thirst this, trigger kill this. Oh, is this legal to show on Twitch? Is my channel about to get a takedown notice? Please don't report me. Good golly. That was nasty. You nasty, deck. Pretty good, chat. Pretty good. Well, they're definitely a Meathook Massacre deck, right? I think I want at least a second Meathook of my own. How do I feel about Strokes? They had Lisa and Meathook. I think I want some Strokes. Is Bloodchief's Thirst actually very good here? It's probably not, right? I guess it kills Lisa in a pinch. Maybe we leave like one in. Honestly, I'd probably rather have a Divide by 0 than that. Let's try this. This was going to be our last match with this deck, but we'll play one more now. they were, yeah. Brittle Blast, still a heck of a card, Chip. Still a heck of a card. Hey, GG's, Pendragon. Good luck in the rest of your laddering. I think the Rakdos deck is still very good. I think I'd be curious to know how you sideboarded. It felt like did you cut threats or did you just like draw the wrong half? It's probably possible you just drew the wrong half. After your Cinder Ace video, I started maining it and went from great straight to ultra. Yeah, Cinder Ace is the best solo carry in Unite right now, and it's not close. I'm not unhappy with the current metagame balance in Pokemon Unite, but they haven't given us a balance patch in a long while, and I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen one recently. I think there's a number of characters I'd like to see buffed that are a little bit weak more so than nerfed. Like I think Cinder's on like the very short list of nerfs that are needed. And even that I wouldn't do a lot to it. I'd probably just like pull Blaze Kick back down a little bit. I think Blaze Kick is just a little bit overtuned. It might even be as simple as like adding a second to its cooldown. Consumed Hoglin content for this long without crafting witches, but those rare wild cards are weeping. We should try some witch and historic again sometime soon. The Mardu Witch Pyromancer deck used to be okay back in the day. I'll put that on my list to play this week. I just want Cinderace to be more in line with Charizard and Gardevoir and the other center path characters. It's so close. It's just a little bit better right now. Yeah, there's so much graveyard hate in Historic. I just really don't have fun playing decks that get hosed by graveyard hate. It's tough for me to enjoy. That's a lot of lands going to the bottom here. Oh, you cut Rahilda. Yeah, I think cutting Rahilda is a pretty big mistake against my deck, Pendragon. You really want Rahilda against anything that's kind of grindy. And the characters in Unite designated for a certain role or simply a choice of the players based on their kit. You can, especially in solo queue matches where you're playing with random people, you can kind of play anything anywhere. But the main difference between characters that go center and characters that go top bottom in Pokemon Unite is Pokemon Unite has what's called a last hitting mechanic, where whoever gets the final hit on a neutral Pokemon collects experience for their team. So a character like Cinderace isn't very good at getting last hits on neutral Pokemon. So it tends to not be great inside of lane. It is the right button, DJ. Thank you for the entire year. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. Welcome back. Appreciate it. If you don't take a speedster, then yes, Jumos. So the bot games in Pokemon Unite automatically fill things in. So you have one of each type of character on your team and 2 top, 2 bottom, 1 center based on their recommendations. I assume this Sedgemoor Witch is gonna die, but we can go ahead and consider before that happens to at least get a token out of it. And if they don't have a way to kill it, we can play Second Witch and get a couple tokens. Ah, yes, the old pay 5 life, kill your 3-drop. Deal. I'm gonna keep this, I guess, so I can go Egg Witch, but it's a little bit bad. Hey, Sunday Comic, thanks for the Prime. There's a ton of great people that make a ton of great stuff here on Twitch, and I appreciate you choosing to support mine this month with that. Welcome to the channel. Nice. Okay, there's my second blue. And they can't kill both of these with Meathook next turn, so I think I just play them both out here. I think. Maybe. Wow, this is incredible for us. This being their play is, like, really good for us. I'll go ahead and just Brittle Blast this now. So that way they can't sack it in response and get the spell book. What's the point of speedsters? They're just like melee characters that have mobility. They're a little squishy. They're like Pokemon Unite's like assassin class, basically. You are correct that in large part they tend to not be very good. Talonflame sees some play. Everybody's done after one game, chat. They're just like, nope, tap it out. Right, little did you know, chat, we're playing best of one. It's just we're getting double pips for our wins. That was kind of the second concession to Brittle Blast, wasn't it? They could have also just had something to do. I like this deck a lot. I'm glad we decided to play this deck. Alchemy is so good, chat. From a quality of gameplay perspective, this is definitely my favorite format on Arena right now by a lot. I like where this deck ended up. I think honestly, this whole session, if you didn't catch the whole thing, feels like it's gonna be a really good example of like how to take a deck from a previous metagame and like slowly iterate it a bit to adjust for what we're playing against now. I feel like we ended up in a good spot. I like all the changes that we made. Sweet. All right, speaking, we were talking about Pokemon Unite a bunch. We're going to be wrapping up the streams every day this week with a couple hours of Pokemon Unite, mostly because I'm addicted to it. If you haven't hung out for a Unite